Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Genuine Chit-Chat. This week, I talk with returning guests TJ Cummings and Bradley Hobby for our first Christmas special. Now for this Christmas special, all I decided to do was get two of my favourite people in a room and we chatted about things, including Christmas. I kind of started off Christmas as jumping points because Bradley isn't as much of a advocate of Christmas as myself and TJ are. And so I just thought, while we talk about what Bradley doesn't like, can I jump off that? And that's kind of what we get into. We start off talking about a YouTube video about a thing called Rubber Johnny. It's very strange and very peculiar, and TJ brought it up. Don't worry, we don't talk about that for very long. It's a very weird one. Then after that, we talk about the film Dark Dungeons a little bit, which is a sort of, I assume, comedy film, if not just a hilariously bad film about the evils of Dungeons and Dragons. And then after that, we sort of talk about sort of Christmassy things, you know, lights, decorations, they're both the same thing. Food, movies, music, gift-giving, loads of different things, you know. It's generally quite a Christmassy podcast, you know, but we do go in and out of other topics as well. But if you like this sort of style, but you don't really want to listen to anything Christmassy, just listen to last week's episode. It's relatively the same thing, but Bradley isn't there. It's just me and TJ talking about a menagerie of random things. There's not really much else to add. I'm not going to do a promo because it's Christmas. Yeah. So instead of that, I just thought I'm just going to say, you know, if anyone at this time of year feels alone or anything like that, you know, there are obviously a lot of organisations and people that can help you and things, including obviously in England there's Samaritans and several other places. But on a more personal note, if you ever want a conversation with anyone, you can message myself on, you know, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can email me. I can't promise I'd get back to you in like immediately that moment, but I will get back to you. I'll get back to anyone who reaches out to me. And whether or not you just feel a bit lonely and you fancy someone chatting to, you know, or to chat to, or if you want, I don't know, you're sick of Christmas and you want to hear some movie recommendations that aren't Christmassy, or music or TV or anything like that, just if you want to chat to me or you feel like conversation for any reason at all, feel free to reach out, especially this time of year. You know, it's very family orientated and I would hate for anyone to feel, you know, left out or lonely or anything like that if I could help in any way. So, you know, I just want to throw that out there before the show starts, guys. Anyway, that's about it from me, guys. There's not going to be an episode next week, because after now I'm taking a break from podcasting, and after my half day at work tomorrow, which I have to be up for in 7 hours, I will be off work as well. So I'll be maybe a bit more quiet on sort of social media and things a tad, but I just kind of want to take a nice break, sort of a week of not really doing any kind of work. And although I do love doing podcasting, there is quite a lot of work that goes into these episodes. So yeah, I'll be back in January. I think January 6th is actually when I'm back. So yeah, I'll be back at the end to give a few more details about that. But anyway, guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope whatever you do over the coming weeks is filled with enjoyment and, you know, just be nice to each other. That's all we really need. So, thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Welcome to Genuine Chit-Chat, where we have honest conversations with interesting people. And I'm your host, Mike Burton. So you have a fat mouth. How does one have a fat mouth? You don't have big lips?
Like that.
Alright, I see.
I heard myself.
You can hear it through the headphones, could you?
We didn't hear anything.
I'm just going to put the volume down and see where this fucking takes us and start it at some random point. Well, I've already recorded. I'm recording now. But,
Oh no, all of our secrets.
Mama.
No.
I'm just doing some vocal warm-up.
Have you ever seen Rubber Johnny?
Rubber Johnny?
No, that
Rubber
YouTube
Johnny.
video is horrendous.
No.
Rubber Johnny, it's a YouTube video, but it's
It's
done
the
by
worst.
Apex Twin, and
It's the worst.
oh god, it's terrifying. You're supposed to watch it like when you're really drunk at like 2 a.m. in pitch black with all your mates in the room. And you're supposed to sit there and watch it. It's fucking horrible. It's so terrifying, but it's also really great.
It's not great at all. It's really
I'll have to
horrendously
check it out.
dirty, loud, like club industrial music sort of thing, but really like distorted and weird, with weird images and
There's
some
this guy that's
mental asylum-y thing. It's really weird. It's like this all really
creature.
dysmorphed person. It's horrendous.
Got a massive
Sounds
head,
like my
and-
kind of thing.
But there's
No,
this
it's
bit, like,
awful. No one should ever
obviously
watch
it's
it.
a camera angle that's done, and he's got like a prosthetic head or whatever. But the way it's shot just looks really real. And he's been interviewed by this like guy who's obviously like a doctor or something. But he's just there like, Robert Johnny. No, he's like, Johnny, how are you feeling? Blah, blah, blah. Trying to calm him down, and then Johnny's just like, there's one bit where he's And the guy's
Why is this happening?
Do you want your mummy? Do you want your mama? And his
Why am I letting you do
What
this?
kind of thing are you
Yes.
watching?
I didn't want to watch it. She made me. She showed it to me.
It's great.
She showed it to me, and I showed the guys once. But part of it, we couldn't get through all. I've seen it all because
You
she
only
made
got through
thing.
part of it. You pussies.
I won't get nigger for it. It's just
I
you
can
watch
give you
it.
guys the number of my therapist if you want.
The thing is, you can watch. There's certain videos where you could like, I could brave this out and watch the whole thing. It's like, why? This is awful. This is unpleasant to watch. I've seen the whole thing before anyway. They didn't want to watch the rest of it anyway, and I was like, well,
It doesn't matter if they don't want to watch the rest of it. They've got to. That's
You
the
got-
whole point of Rubber Johnny, is
you
that
gotta
it
force it.
terrifies you to your core.
Yeah, it's not scary enough. It's just weird and makes me uncomfortable.
It does make you uncomfortable. That's exactly it.
So, guys, welcome back to Genuine Chit-Chat. My name's Mike.
I wonder how much. I like the leg slap there. That was a good touch.
Just doing you.
Yeah, I know. Just do
You're
me.
doing him.
Doing Mike.
Doing me. So I'm with Bradley. Very nicely introduced me. And yeah,
I messed you up.
yeah, you've messed me right up, mate. I don't know what's going on now. I'm going to have to start again. No, I'm here with Bradley and I'm here with TJ.
Hi.
Both have been on the podcast before. TJ was on the one that was released literally a few days ago. The one where it was just me and you. We got drunk, or didn't really get proper drunk, but we just had a couple of drinks and then just rambled on about nothing for about an hour and 15 minutes or something like that.
Which is much better than our previous one, which was like 2.5 hours in the end, wasn't it?
That was great though. It was when you were talking about you were travelling.
Yeah.
And then Bradley, when he was on, we talked about Plum Bumble Crumble.
We talked about nothing.
And we talked about
crap.
moral questions, like would you kill 8 puppies or your best friend?
My
Remember
best
that?
friend.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
I never said it was you.
Oh.
Hold on, I've got to start recording now. Okay. Yeah, so we got together. We just had something to eat and we watched Dark Dungeons. Because
Which
Bradley
was-
made me watch it.
Wow.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
love it.
not.
so for people who don't know, there was this comic made by this. I think it was like it was a comic basically for Christianity, basically saying board games are evil. It's like this. It's maybe like this. It's like a story, but it's by this guy who's really religious and genuinely sort of believed that and tried to write the story about it. And then people released a film that's like you can watch like parts of it on YouTube, like 20 minutes worth, or you can buy the full thing. And it's weird. It's like Dungeons and Dragons-y, but it's not at all.
No, not
It's like,
really.
Bradley, how would you describe it? Because you pitched it to me.
Well, I don't know. It's basically what you just said. It's kind of a film that it's trying to make people think that playing Dungeons and Dragons is satanic. That's basically the gist of it.
Yeah, and there's that sort of weird council of people who then there's like magic powers and
That's some Cthulhu.
yeah, for like a few moments, and then it doesn't. It's a weird, crazy film. But what do you think of it, TJ? Because that was my second time watching it. Bradley, how many times have you seen that now?
Oh God, I don't know. A lot. Let's count.
No, you're not allowed. You have to know exact number right now.
37.
I hope it's not that many times. That would be a lot.
Probably not that
No.
many times.
So what do you think of it, TJ?
I thought it was somewhere between the realm of incredible and incredibly bad.
That's it. It's a sweet
That's
spot.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a great watch if you want to have a laugh, but it's not like it's kind of like it's got essence of what's enjoyable about The Room. I find like some parts are just ridiculous and bad, and that might makes it funny. But there's other parts that are good in different ways.
All parts are ridiculously bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, the RPG bits are actually legitimately hilarious.
So
like,
I mean, The Room.
oh, The Room. Yeah, The Room is 100% terrible, but like a part of how The Room is funny, like that's kind of like a slight part of Dark
I did
Dungeons.
not hit her.
I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I love that film. Have you seen Disaster Artist?
Nope.
Have you?
No.
Well, you need to listen to my podcast that I did with Tom. Episode
No,
one.
your podcasts are boring.
Yeah.
Are you here to make it exciting? Is this what's happening?
No.
No.
I thought you said that it was going to be half A. You said it was going to be like the best podcast ever. Like,
I never said that.
that's
You
a lie.
said that.
Yeah.
I didn't say what.
I'm not my lawyer.
You're the lawyer. Who's your lawyer? Is it TJ?
Yeah.
Defend me. I thought you were going to slap me.
This
Just put a hand in front of my face.
This is not a
Perform a
video
shield.
podcast.
A human
Hand gestures are not helpful.
Yeah, well, I knew that, like everything in your life, you would over-explain it to whoever's listening. So
Ooh, burning me within a few
She's
moments of the
not wrong.
podcast. She isn't. That is part of who I am, you know. And if you don't like it, you should leave. I don't know what that was an impression of.
Neither do I.
something very offensive, probably.
Potentially, that could be a lot
Like
of things.
my mum.
Like your mum.
Yeah.
Like Bradley's mother.
I don't
Okay.
think there's anything remotely about Mike that could be classed as feminine, so I would completely disagree.
I do have a thicker and larger beard than you do right now.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
And you say that I'm like your mum?
Yeah, but I had to shave
also have
it
short
for
hair.
November, so
The only
you
thing
shaved-
is,
it's temporary.
Oh, so you grew out your beard and then shaved it?
Well, no, I didn't. My beard was grown out anyway, but I had to shave it at the start of November for November, and then at the end of November for a picture.
That explains why recently I saw you with no facial hair. I didn't really mention it because in recent times, on the odd occasion, you do completely shave. Like,
I very, very rarely completely shave.
yeah, I've done it like once in like 2-3 years, I think it was. It was because of the latex mask of my zombie outfit and one of my Halloween costume things.
I shave every day.
What, your
I
face?
knew it.
Yeah.
Beard maketh the man.
That's what you want to do, isn't it, TJ? Just grow out a big old beard.
Well, at least I could. Yours actually looks like it's been glued on. So.
That's a complete lie. My beard is glorious. I get compliments about it all the
I
time.
don't get your facial hair, Mike, because you have like a dark beard, but you
Yeah.
have like it's
A
not
white
even
mustache.
it's not even blonde.
It's just
you have
white
a
now.
white mustache
And a white soul patch. I want to add to both of those things. So it's a white moustache.
We actually try and block out the soul patch. We try not to see that it's there.
You can't. It's very hard to because it's white and stuff. So many people have commented on that.
It's strange.
It is strange, and I haven't really seen many other people like it. And like, I don't know why. But basically, when I went to Portsmouth a couple of weeks back, when I went there with Megan, and we met Tom and Laura. I met up with them. I think you guys have met them. And they've been on the podcast. Tom has, haha. And we went out drinking, and then there was a couple there, and one of them was like, "Oh, I really like. What, you bleach your mustache, do you?" And I was like, "No, it's just natural." And she looked at me, she's like, "No, you've definitely bleached that." And I was like, "No, I actually haven't." And then she whispered to her girlfriend. She was like, "He's like loudly, like he's bleaching his mustache." And then the whole night she was come up to me or come up to Megan, Megan's my girlfriend, for listeners, and go up to her and say, "God, he's got a what? Don't ever let him stop bleaching his mustache. Don't ever let him stop doing that." And it's like, he doesn't bleach his mustache. Thank you, I think, but he doesn't.
Honestly, though, Mike, do you bleach your mustache?
No, why would I, you remember? Well, neither of you knew me in school. I bleached my hair blonde.
Why?
I've seen the photos.
They're not
Yeah,
great.
I have.
There's only a couple of them out there. I think it might be like one on Facebook. But yeah, that was year 8 or 9, I think. It's because my hair went dark when I basically started puberty around like 10-ish. It just went curly and dark. And I don't know if those two are correlated, but that was about a timeline. And before that I had like white blonde hair. And so I said to Mum, why don't I just get my hair I want to dye my hair back. I kind of liked it when it's blonde. And it went yellowy. And didn't look good. Big curly, sort of Jufro almost, what they call it, super bad. Big
it's
hairstyle.
already a big curly Jufro.
It is now again. I really need to get it cut. But I'm growing my beard out as well, just for winter for no real reason.
Well, he's done his hair like that,
Krusty
where he's
the Clown.
pushed his hair back. I was thinking more Wolverine.
Well, I'm
No,
definitely.
don't make it cool.
I haven't got the sort of mutton chops to be Wolverine. You need that. He doesn't have like a full
You look like your name should be Bobo.
Bobo.
Bobo
I'm
the
gonna
Clown.
have to take a picture of myself, like my facial hair, and just put that on part of post that along with that because
Yeah.
people.
And you guys can see his weird, non-bleached mustache.
You did air quotes when you did that.
I know what I did.
Yeah, but we're on a podcast, so people don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, they'll know.
No, they won't.
They can hear it in his
No.
voice.
They'll hear the sound waves.
The sound waves of the movement. But anyway, yeah, Darkest Dungeons. It was great. The room is great. We came here, and it's almost Christmas, isn't it?
It is almost.
Wasn't that a great segue?
Very
to
excited.
see
Less
that?
than a week now. Less than a week till Christmas.
And it's Bradley's favourite time of the year. Bradley loves Christmas. He's wearing a red and black, not only t-shirt, but also a flannel shirt
Yeah, that have
to represent
nothing
how
to
much he
do with
loves Christmas. It
It's
says on his
just
t-shirt.
stylized.
It says on his t-shirt. It says there in Japanese, I love Christmas.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, so it does. You're
Yeah.
right. Oh my god.
Yeah, it does,
I didn't
doesn't it?
even notice
It
that.
actually says Mob Psycho 100, but
Which is excellent.
it is excellent.
That's an anime. People
Should we
don't
just go off on a tangent for hours
I'll tell you what.
and talk
About
about
anime
anime?
again.
I'll put my feet up and I'll just sit here and let you guys talk about anime for like an hour.
Me and
I'll have a
TJ
chill.
will talk about anime and Mike will just sit and listen.
Because I only know about 7, maybe 8 animes I've actually watched properly, and I probably know the names of like vaguely about 10 more, maybe.
I think the problem is I've tried, so I haven't watched in its entirety all the animes I've seen, but I've seen so many where I've started them, realised it's terrible.
I am
and then
ashamed of
stopped.
you. No matter how bad it is, you have to finish.
What about that weird one you turned us about outside? About the young man and the boy? Old Man and the Boy.
Oh, what, Boku no Pico?
Yeah.
No, don't watch it.
Well, didn't you just say you had to watch it all?
Yeah, but that's...
It's clearly got some fans. So how can you say that the people listening to this aren't going to really enjoy it?
Because it's weird.
There's so many things out there. Have you seen the Happy series on Netflix?
Oh, I've seen.
Mike's in the, you're watching it at the moment.
I haven't finished it yet. I'm like a few episodes from the end.
Oh, it's so good.
The unicorn is voiced by Patton Oswalt, and it's like a cop, and it's like all drug fueled and it's all surreal. It's brilliant. It's really well done.
Absolutely phenomenal.
It's crazy.
Like, it's so dark. I haven't seen a TV series or a movie for that matter go that dark so consistently through the series in a very long time.
Yeah, it's good. To be fair, Final Space. Have you seen that?
I've seen some of it.
You need to rewatch
didn't
it.
appreciate it that much.
You need to get through it. You need to once it's like there's only like 8 episodes. The first one is all right, then the second one's pretty good, and the third and fourth ones are really good. And then from there, it's just fucking amazing. It gets so dark and different and everything.
I don't know. I just thought it was a little bit too potty humour for me.
It seems like that to begin with, but after that, it gets through that. It does seem to mature as a show, like halfway through. Okay. It's kind of what Parks and Rec did after series 1, but Final Space does it halfway through. It's great. It's kind of like Rick and Morty to some degree does that in the way it's like the start of it. It's not potty humour. Rick and Morty's smart person humour, but the starting seasons of Rick and Morty aren't. They get a lot more dark and depth to them as the series go on, and as
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Anyway, it's Christmas time. Bradley's favourite time of the year. Bradley, what's your favourite thing about Christmas?
When it ends.
Do you not like the gift giving and people being together?
I don't mind the gift giving. That sounds bad.
I like getting shit.
I actually do like getting people gifts.
Yeah, so do I.
It's about the only thing I do like about Christmas, and I like the fact that I get time off work. Not that much because I've got like no time booked off. I'm just having the bank holidays off. But no, it's just busy and the music sucks.
I think clearly the music doesn't suck, as Mike and I found out earlier. And
the Sia album. The Sia Christmas album, I post about it on Instagram. It's so goddamn good. It's literally last like 3-4 days now. It's just all I've been listening to. Like, it's Sia. It's a new album of Sia's, so it's amazing. And also, it's just vaguely, it's Christmas themed. Obviously, I say vaguely. It's really quite a lot Christmas themed. All the lyrics are Christmassy, and it's got like Christmassy instruments, but it's still really just genuinely good songs.
One of the first Christmas albums to come out in recent years that has been all original songs and just actually good original songs.
Yeah.
Can I just defend myself on this about Sia and say I don't dislike the album because it's a Christmas album. I dislike the album.
That's even worse.
Because I'm not the biggest fan of Sia.
That's fine. You don't like her voice. That's the thing that you said before, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Sia. She's not bad, but
yeah, I fucking love Sia. But the voice thing is weird because I've got like the Smiths. I love Placebo, and they're quite influenced by the Smiths, and Brian Mocha's got quite a whiny voice in some ways. But the Smiths, Morrissey's voice is just not for me. I just can't stand the Smiths. No matter when I've heard them in my life, I just can't handle them. And obviously one of yours, in a lesser extent, is Sia. But is there any artists of yours that you guys just cannot handle at all? Or least favourite? Because I can't stand a lot of Nicki Minaj.
Not really. There are a lot of artists that I don't particularly like, but like Nicki Minaj or like the classic Justin Bieber or something. I don't really enjoy listening to his music, but I won't go out of my way to like tell people to turn it off if they're playing it.
I try never to swear off an artist as well, because there have been a few that I really didn't think that I liked, and then they've released a certain song which I just have liked. No, thank you very much. Actually, take that for all you know. But it's just there's always a chance that they are going to start releasing music that I am going to enjoy. So as much as I can say that I don't like an artist, if they release a new song or a new album, most of the time I will try and give it a listen just to see what it's like.
Yeah, no, I don't like people who like someone like Justin Bieber. I genuinely haven't really liked any song he's released, but if he releases a song that I actually do like, I won't jump on the bandwagon and say, I don't like it because I don't like Justin Bieber. I'll say, I don't like Justin Bieber's music, but I do like this song that he made.
Yeah, there's been many songs that are just like one-offs. Like there's a band called Broken Side, which I think are absolutely awful, but they have a song called Get Crunk, and this is actually a terrible song, but I just like it.
Crunk?
Not really. It's just got the real catchy, like, sort of synthy bit to it, and it just sounds really cool.
Wasn't that the music from Zelda?
No, it does.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I think it's more than just Ocarina of Time. It's quite a few things. I think it's the Woods, Farron Woods, because it's in a lot of the other games as well.
The Kokiri Village, the Woods by... I haven't played Ocarina in many years.
Yeah, nor have I.
What are the Woods called?
Farron Woods, I thought.
Are they?
I thought it was Farron Woods. The first time
He's looking it up now. He's just grabbed his phone.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely. I'm just really remembering really hard.
It's the woods outside of Kakariko Village, and I can't remember what they're called.
I'm just going to Google Farron Woods.
Just like Enchanted Woods or something.
I'm just going to type in Farron Woods, and it's going to be like I'm going to type in Ocarina of Time. Yeah, Farron Woods, Ocarina of Time.
There we go.
Next to Farron Woods is instead known as Kokiri Forest.
Kokiri.
Kokiri. It's Kokiri Forest in Ocarina of Time, but it's basically Farron Woods is the same general thing for
Village. You were wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong. You're right.
Admit your defeat.
I was incorrect there. There you go.
Wow.
Boom.
I didn't expect
never
that.
happens.
How dare you? You don't know me anymore.
I mean, it happens a lot that Mike's wrong. It just never happens that he admits.
Exactly.
How dare you both? I mean, I'm wrong many times.
Okay, please now list all of the times in the last week where you've been wrong.
He can't. It never happens.
Well, the last week, God, the only times I've been making like decisions have been like work stuff, and I'd have to get into the ins and outs of insurance, which I'm not going to do right now.
Well,
but
that's
there's
good,
a time where
we didn't actually want to listen to you.
There was a time.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried when you asked him because I thought he'd actually do
Just
it.
go off on a ramble, and then we'll have to sit here and pretend like we're listening.
Thanks, guys. You're my favourite guests. I love you both so much. I'm glad we've done this. I think I'm going to shut it down now. I'm going to write in my diary and say how much you hurt me today.
Have you guys played Breath of the Wild yet?
Oh yes, it's so good.
Oh my god, one of my
play.
friends got a Switch and got it. And
I'm getting one.
A bit late to Breath of the Wild, aren't you? It's been out for a while.
No, this is what I'm saying. They got it when it came out, and they played it and then put it down. They picked it up again recently, and they're just singing its praises to me. And I'm like, well, I don't have a console I can run it off right now. This makes me sad. I need to buy one. So if anybody wants to get me a Christmas present,
yeah, I'll buy you a Nintendo Switch. Why not?
Yay!
I'm going to ask for one for my birthday from Mum.
It is awesome though. I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, well, Josh has got one. So I bought.
I mean, Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah. Reese has been playing it, and he says it's absolutely amazing. And everyone I know who's played it says it is just fantastic.
It feels like Zelda, but it's also a lot different. Just down to it feels like an actual. Well, the old Zeldas do feel like RPGs, but I mean, in current, it's things like Dark Souls. It's obviously not to the extent of Dark Souls and stuff, but it feels more like an RPG than old Zeldas do.
Yeah, because Zelda's kind of part.
Any sense.
Well, Zelda's kind of part dungeon crawler sort of game. So it's like Breath of the Wild and some of the there's certain Zelda games which are more dungeon crawlery. A lot of the sort of 2D ones, but like what's it called? Link Between Worlds. Did you play that?
That was the 3DS one.
Yeah.
That
was amazing. That was like Link to the Past.
My favourite Zelda game is A Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And A Link Between Worlds was the exact same game, just with the new mechanic of you can like go 2D and.
I thought the weapon mechanic was really good as well, where you have to buy them or rent them. That was very clever. It made a use for the rupees.
Yeah, it gave rupees a use, which
because to actually buy them, you can actually buy them all. It does actually cost quite a bit. And you can just rent them all quite early on, but then you can just save up to try and buy them, and it's just kind of
a bit
nifty.
Bullshit though. Because if you remember like the actual storyline to the game, you go into your house and find I can't remember his name, but you find the weird hooded guy living there. And he's like, I'm going to stay here, and you can buy these things off me. Dude, this is my house.
It's like a rabbit or something like that. It's
what's his name?
I'm going to have to Google that now as well.
It's like Rabbo or something. It's
Rabbo?
It is something like that.
Link Between Worlds.
It's like Rabbo.
I was imagining a little bunny with like nunchucks and a headband.
No, he was like
Ravio.
Oh, he was a guy, and he was in like a purple bunny costume thing.
Yeah. Ravio. Yeah.
I do enjoy Zelda.
Zelda is a lot of fun. But yeah, I think Link to the Past is one of my favourite games. Wind Waker, the HD remake, that's my favourite.
Is awesome.
That's my favourite Zelda game. That's fucking awesome. Twilight Princess is brilliant as well. Link to the Past. I've never played Majora's Mask. I do want to. But
Majora's Mask is, in my opinion, what Ocarina of Time should have been.
Really?
It's not a popular opinion because Ocarina is supposedly the best Zelda game ever, but it's not. It's not. It's so janky. And
Well, the thing is, a lot of people do think that the Majora's Mask is more sort of what was underdog better than? You know, when there's a lot of voting, it's normally
more polished.
When there's a lot of voting to do with like what's the best Zelda game. I think before Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword, obviously Skyward Sword wouldn't get voted before they were out. It was like Ocarina of Time, then Link to the Past, then Majora's Mask.
That's usually how it goes.
But
I think
Twilight Princess is normally in there somewhere.
It was people's childhood, wasn't it? When it came, and it was revolutionary.
With that and Super Mario 64, like I like Super Mario Sunshine more than Super Mario 64. I think Super Mario Sunshine, the water gun mechanic, is basically, it's got everything that Mario 64's got, like movement-wise with Mario. But you've also got a flood thing. So it's just like...
I like Sunshine, but I find it more boring than other Mario games.
See, a lot of people feel that, whereas I just loved it. I loved everything about it. Have you ever played either of those games?
I have played Sunshine. I haven't played any of the old Zelda games, but I have been sort of going in on the last year or so with my Mario.
Do it.
Yeah.
All like mainstream 3D Mario games are fucking awesome.
Oh, you should play Super Mario RPG.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's so good.
I think
Did you ever play RPG?
I think you're doing the RPG reference to Dark Days. RPG!
No, Super Mario RPG. It was great.
It was on the 64, wasn't it?
Oh, God.
Or was it the SNES or something? It was like...
I think...
No, it wasn't the
I
SNES.
can't remember.
Yeah, because
I can't remember.
there's Paper Mario, the 1,000-year-old door.
Paper
That's
Mario.
also a RPG like game. But I think Super Paper Mario isn't, and I love that game. Super Paper Mario.
Have you played Galaxy?
Yeah, I love Mario Galaxy.
Isn't it just great?
It's just beautiful.
I never
whole
played the
game
second
is
one, and I
beautiful.
regret it. But I love the game. It's so fun.
I love the feel of it. I feel like it's so easy flowing. It's just really well transitioned.
Wasn't there a thing that Super Mario Galaxy made people ill?
What?
I don't know if it's
because
true.
of the spinning and stuff.
Yeah, I vaguely remember because of the way the game works and you go round worlds and things. It was making
Motion
people,
sickness.
Yeah, giving people motion sickness.
I don't know.
Shit.
I think that's true.
I don't know about that. But you know,
Mike's just grabbed his trusty phone again.
I've not
For the third time in about 5 minutes.
I'm going to call you out every time.
You're
you grab the
ruining
phone.
the magic, and now I can't remember what the question was.
Well, the people have a right to know if you don't actually know the answer to something and are just Googling it.
Yeah, of course, I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't just be like, you know what, I'm just going to suddenly come out with this unknown
It's a
fact.
fountain of knowledge.
Yeah, a Mario
I
Galaxy
don't
motion.
think
Yeah, I just typed
definitely
in...
do that, don't you?
Yeah, I think you would.
Yeah.
If it was someone else on this podcast, DJ, other
Oh
than
god,
me
yeah.
and you,
Other than if somebody,
and they didn't call him
Oh,
out.
there's-
exactly, it's somebody that's not going to call him out on something.
There's several... I just googled it. There's several forum posts, and there's forums thing saying that other people get motion sickness on playing this game, and
Bam.
So it's...
Very well done, well remembered. Don't dab ever again.
Oh, if you do a dab, you get called out on that, bro.
I did it ironically.
You dabbed it.
There's nothing
did dab.
ironic about a
No, I
dab.
know there's not.
Everything's ironic about a dab, but it doesn't make up for it. Even though I've done it before, why
I
not?
could always get up and floss.
YOLO.
I'm not going to get up and floss.
Can you floss?
I never tried.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Do you not know what floss is?
I
dance.
do, I believe.
The dance is where your arms go up,
It's-
forward,
yeah,
behind,
it's
and then
that-
back.
yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some kid did it, and some...
It's in Fortnite, isn't it?
Yeah, it is in Fortnite.
I've never played Fortnite.
I've never played Fortnite either. What about you, TJ?
No.
Cool, that's a subject that we will not be talking on this time. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Fortnite fans, that's not coming on this time. So, let's loop it back around to Christmas, Bradley, and let's just go to everything you don't like about Christmas, and we can talk about what we like about Christmas.
Well, go on. You guys can talk about what you like about
Mike,
Christmas.
what's your favourite thing about Christmas?
I like the fact that between Christmas and New Year, it is the most common time that the largest amount of people are off
Die
work.
of alcohol poisoning?
Bam.
Are off work. So generally speaking, in that period between Christmas and New Year, the whole world isn't moving as fast as it normally is. Like, all the shops aren't all open. Everyone isn't all at work all the time. The kids are off. Like, it's all this sort of, it's just a time where it's the largest time in England where people are off. And it's just really nice.
More children around you and less convenience for when you need stuff. That doesn't sound like the best part of
Yeah, but I don't
Christmas.
really go out and buy, like, I go to the shop like Sainsbury's around the corner or like Tesco or whatever, but I don't really go out to town like that much unless I'm going out drinking and stuff. And around this time, it's just like, it's kind of nice to just feel the atmosphere, the buzz a little bit. I don't like walking through town and going shopping and there's a billion people. I know that's
Oh,
Bradley's
God.
favourite thing in the world now.
Southampton Christmas markets are so packed. I forgot about how bad they were, and then this year I went over there about a week or so ago,
So
and I
many
was
people.
walking through town, and the foot traffic. Oh my god!
They need traffic lights there for people. It's ridiculous.
Genuinely, they do. Like people just they just everybody walks at a completely different speed. Nobody has any sort of semblance of order.
It's not like everyone on the left goes forward, everyone on the right goes back. It's not like that.
Just you talking about it is making me angry.
Right?
My friends legitimately, everyone knows Bradley to be this like a cuddly bear. That's my mum nicknamed you like a teddy bear.
Call me a cuddly bear.
That's awesome.
You are.
We love you.
Yeah, coming from you, it's not as weird. But
You know I love you. But
Well, you're both kind of cuddly bears.
kind of. He's more of a cuddly bear. I'm more like a weasel. Or like a mongoose.
I
I'm like a
agree with
mongoose.
that.
I think
self-proclaimed
You said
weasel.
it.
either a weasel or a mongoose, I think. But yeah.
No, weasel. Definitely weasel.
Thanks guys, appreciate it. But like, you've got people, the guys, our friends, have said like, Bradley's really nice all the time, except the one time you can legitimately see him get really angry is just when you're out in town and there's just absolutely crap loads of people everywhere.
Yeah,
and there's just you just walk in and you just slowly watch you just get more and more and more agitated, and by the end of it you're like standing there and like you're not a small guy, so it's like you can be quite intimidating, and you kind of like your shoulders go up a little bit more and you're clenching your fists and you're walking a bit fast and your head's down a little bit more and you're just like, I just want to get out of here. And then people walk past you, nudge into you, and you're like saying things under your breath louder and louder. It's just like, move out the fucking way, and you're just like, move out the way, and it's like people like.
See, I feel like that in town on normal days. Like Christmas just makes it worse. If anything.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Christmas is worse.
I'd rather
cope
just
well.
not go to town and just get it online, whatever it is that I need.
I buy everything online.
Thank you, Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. It's for the fulfillment center
Yeah.
with Jeff Bezos. If anyone hasn't watched the newest season of South Park, you have to. It is one of the greatest seasons I've seen of South
Shame
Park.
on you, TJ.
Yeah, you've
What?
can't even talk about it.
I just
You
haven't
ruined
got
everything.
around to it yet. I'm sure I will eventually.
There's so
I
many-
say that about every series.
That's what I do. There are-
In 20 years' time, she'll be watching it.
The problem is that there are far too many series now. Like, I've realised that no one can watch them all. Like, you just can't. It's impossible. The amount of series that are coming out on Netflix, the amount of hours it takes to watch them compared to also Amazon Prime, things come out on Now TV, things that come out in other places, movies, and obviously games, music, other activities you want to do. It is completely impossible to do all of them. That's the problem. And it's like, that's the thing that I had to come to terms with like a few years ago, where I was just like, I started to burn myself out because I was like, I want to do everything all the time. I was like, I can't. I don't have time. You have a job, and it makes it infinitely more difficult as well. Especially if you live away from home. It's like you have a lot more chores to do and that sort of jazz. And it's just like, if you have a pet, all these things kind of add up to it.
Yeah, and they're just releasing new series instead of renewing older ones that. Instead of renewing older ones...
If you hit the mic, it barely makes a difference, so you don't need to worry about it.
Instead of renewing older ones that are, like, actually enjoyed by a large amount of people, because obviously, like, it gets cancelled if they don't have, the amount they need for the budget, and it's not that popular, but surely you're just taking a risk with releasing another shitty drama that nobody actually wants to watch on there, and... Like Dirk Gently, for example. Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency has... they've cancelled the second season. They're not going to do it, which is third season. Second or third?
I think it's third. I think the
Third.
second season's come out. I haven't seen it, but I think I've seen the second season at least.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's the third. But yeah, they've cancelled the next season. And they're not going to do another one. And it's stopped.
The thing is, when that happens, though, it can sometimes be picked up by other places, because there's a show... on Netflix, it's Daredevil season 3. It's the last. I haven't watched series 3. I've watched series 1 and 2.
God, Daredevil's so good.
It is amazing. Series 2 is my favourite of all the Marvel Netflix series. Him and the Punisher is fucking awesome. The Punisher series is great as well. And series 2 is coming out January. But it's like, the thing is they said they're not doing any more. Netflix did, but there was a Marvel. Someone said something in an interview or something along those lines, or they did a press release, and they basically said this isn't the last time you'll see Daredevil in the MCU. Mm-hmm. So he's either going to show up in a movie, or there's going to be some other places going to pick him up. Marvel have already had another series. They've got Inhumans, they've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They've got loads of series that are playing in other places. So if they probably have the utilities to be able to do more sort of from that. So maybe with Dirk Gently in a similar sort of way, somewhere else to pick it up.
Maybe. Daredevil, though. I haven't read any of the Daredevil comics.
No, I've seen very limited bits of him in Spider-Man games, and that's about it.
I just really want to, because it's so much of a step up from the movie, and it's just absolutely.
Have you seen the movie, Bradley, or the series
of what?
Daredevil.
The shitty, I think it's 2007 Daredevil movie.
Ben Affleck, Colin Farrell plays the Bullseye, Michael Duncan Jones, who's the guy in the Green Mile who can heal people.
Yes.
Him, the actor who plays it, Michael Duncan Jones. He plays Kingpin in that. I thought the film was actually all right. I just thought that's all it was. It was like, I enjoyed it, but I won't watch it again. It was just like, it was an all right movie. I could see why people would think it's really crap. My tolerance for crap films, I think, like flaws in films, it's a lot lower than other people's. If like something's a bit crap, I'm like, just kind of often scathe over it, but so it depends on the movie.
The opposite of love is not hate, but indifference.
I guess that's a nice way of putting it. Not really. Not Bridie's crying. First two on Genuine Chit-Chat. Nicely done.
Crying?
I'm not crying, it's just raining inside.
Yeah. I don't like Marvel.
How could you say that? Did you just say that in my house?
I like Iron Boy.
I'm glad I didn't drink my water, but...
No, I do like Marvel. Marvel's good.
Do you prefer DC?
No, I prefer Marvel. I don't like people... I love Batman and stuff, but I don't like people who are like, I prefer DC because it's darker and edgier. No, the Marvel films are... Majority of the Marvel films are better than DC films.
Yeah.
Although my favourite superhero movie is probably The Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight, I'd say, is one of the best movies ever made.
But I'd rather watch, say... Infinity War, because I loved Infinity War. I'd rather watch that than most other DC movies.
Yeah, that was great.
Have you seen the series Batman Brave and the Bold?
No, but I have been told to watch it.
Oh, it's so good.
I've never even heard of it.
It's Brave and the Bold. It's an animated Batman series, but it follows the League, and the way in which some of the characters are presented, like Aquaman. Oh my god, he's the funniest character. There are times throughout the series where if something like... Sometimes it's something pretty big and eventful, but other times it's just something really minor, but he'll just go, outrageous! And it's just that, and then they'll move on with the story.
Random.
And things like that. Oh, it's very witty humour. I do quite like it.
I saw there was something on Netflix, Batninja, I think it was.
Oh, I've seen that.
Is it good?
Yes. No, it's not. It's terrible.
Really?
It's, I thought that the animation was incredible. I thought it was very pretty, very well done. But you do have to suspend your disbelief. Is essentially, Batman and the Joker and, various iterations of Robin, etc., all end up in feudal Japan.
Right.
And then Batman tries to take down the Joker in feudal Japan when he's trying to sort of take over the place. And then Gorilla Grodd shows up as well, and it's just...
You are not doing this film justice.
I'm not trying to. It's... Definitely watch it, because it is pretty, and it is an interesting...
Just confused feudal Japan.
Because why not? That's exactly the point, that you do have to complete this. There's a time issue, basically, and they get like shot through time to this thing. But yeah,
dude, you watch anime a lot. Like, this is quite believable in the sort of it's norm of what you watch.
Well, yeah, but it's not the point.
It's not the point. It's
not in my Batman movies.
No, my Batman has to say realistic and gritty because I'm Batman. Yeah, Dark Knight is one of the best films ever made. That is,
it's very good.
Fact. But I think generally with the DC movies, like I haven't seen Aquaman yet. I saw Justice League. I thought it was good, but I just thought it was like Avengers, but slightly worse.
Yeah.
I thought maybe better than Age of Ultron, because the plot of Age of Ultron is not that great. But then Justice League is so bland, like the villain, and it's just so boring and crap. And then, Man vs. Steel was brilliant the first half, second half was crap. And then, Batman vs. Superman, that film sucks so hard.
I've never seen a Superman movie.
Don't the original?
Really?
Genuinely haven't.
Not any of the classics.
I haven't seen any of the classics.
I think I've seen some of the classics, but long ago for me not to remember them.
Right.
But
yeah.
Any recent iterations of Superman I haven't seen.
I haven't seen any of the old ones at all. I've seen like bits and pieces of things Superman Returns, but I just think it's the worst superhero ever.
He's such a boring superhero.
It's because he's so OP.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, he's got two weaknesses: kryptonite and people he cares about. Or people from his world who are basically evenly strong. So there's a really boring 1.5 hour fight in Man of Steel.
Actually, in Batman Brave and the Bold, in order to keep Superman at bay at times, he just like carries around this bit of kryptonite. And like there's one episode where they meet an invention that was basically it can morph into and use any power that it interacts with a superhero, and it starts to sort of use those. And Batman tries to take it down with a bit of kryptonite because it mimics Superman, and then Batman's just like, take that.
Like an animal, and he's just like, back you with a little bit of kryptonite.
It's actually like a humanoid creature made out of metal or something, or some sort of amphibious material, but yeah.
So about living metal, have you guys seen Terminator 2?
No.
Oh, God.
You're a disappointment to everyone you care about.
I think so.
Well, it's got the liquid Robert Patrick in his hand and it's like a blade.
I haven't seen the Terminator movies for a very long time.
You're both disappointed.
I've never seen the Terminator movie.
None of them.
No.
Terminator 3 is absolutely terrible. It's awful, Terminator 3. Terminator 1 is really good. Terminator 2 is fucking amazing. And Terminator 4, which is Salvation, is brilliant. And I haven't seen Genesis.
Villain! That's just out of nowhere. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Say that again?
This is Dylan.
Who does?
Oh, what film? Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can't remember what film he's in.
Oh, I have no idea. Total Recall?
No, it's not Total Recall.
Did we watch Total Recall together? The old one?
Yeah, we watched the old one together.
At the start where his head explodes.
every fight scene he's in. He's just like,
yeah, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions. That's what we do. But talking about movies, Christmas movies, Bradley, aren't they your favourite?
Why are you so?
I like looking at
on
background.
Netflix at the moment.
I like looking at
Bradley,
background.
that I think you would really, really
Is it
enjoy.
Christmas Chronicles?
No.
Does it involve Christmas?
Of course it does.
Not interested.
Do you like Love Actually?
It's called The Christmas Prince.
Never seen
You never seen Love Actually? That's a great movie. What's it
The
called?
Christmas Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
It's actually a
Terrible.
sequel to... Oh god, I don't know, some bullshit movie
It's
that's
a sequel
exactly
to
the
Saw
same.
3.
Oh god, no, it's just a shitty Christmas movie. But I think they must have released exactly the same movie, but last year. But this year, it's just the same characters.
So why are you recommending it to me?
Because I would hate it.
changed. There's
But
like a
personally,
plot
I
twist
think
in
you'd
the-
enjoy it because you like princesses.
Personally,
at
I
Christmas,
don't think I would.
Do you like any Christmas movies, Bradley? Like Elf?
I hate Elf.
Really?
Oh my god, I like Will Ferrell. Elf is so annoying.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I don't really like Will Ferrell.
But you like Elf.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I think Will Ferrell has some amazing
I like
movies.
Die Hard.
But he also has some pretty bad movies.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
It is.
I think
You are
it is.
completely right. Odeon was actually playing it in the cinema at the beginning of the
Good.
month as a Christmas movie, which I love. I think that's
yeah,
brilliant.
I think
no,
it-
it was Hard by Lights. Sorry.
I think it is. I think it can count. I think it's. I don't know why people care so much when it's that sort of thing. It's like, it is a Christmas movie. No, it isn't. Well, how about at Christmas, if you don't want to fucking watch it, don't. You know, it doesn't
It's
matter.
a Christmas movie if you watch it at Christmas.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're one of the rare few people in our age group and older that have a TV license still and don't actually just use Netflix, etc.,
But you still have to.
everything is
still-
Christmas on the TV, so you sort of have to watch whatever's on.
I like Home Alone.
I've never seen Home Alone.
Oh,
Really?
who hasn't seen Home Alone?
Wow.
This guy, because when I was younger, I've not seen loads of really big films. Like for popular films, I've seen like half, but I've seen the other half of the films I've seen of like
Seen half of
random
all
things.
popular
Oh
films.
no, you know I'm not like that, not literally. But I've
This
seen.
is that whole 80% thing all over again.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. For the
Mike
podcast.
was bragging earlier that
Oh,
he
no.
knows 80% of everything.
No.
He knows 80% of everything ever.
Every
guys
topic
suck.
there is to talk about, he knows 80% of
You
it.
guys are hurting me.
He is the Messiah.
You know I didn't mean it like that.
I'm going to
You're
start
being-
calling you Mike Hammond. That's
Mike,
going to be...
Mike Hammond.
Yeah, he's the
says
new
in my-
prophet.
Jesus. No, please, no disrespect to...
Oh,
No,
God.
thank you. You guys are mean. You know, I explained what I meant by that.
We're just relaying information.
You are awful to me, and I don't know why I have you here. It makes me so upset. Okay, I'm not going to go down that road.
It's
What are
because
you
we're the
doing?
only people that will come on the show.
Are you straight jacketing yourself with your hoodie?
Taking it off. It's hot in here.
Costume
Jesus.
change.
We're going to get comfy. Is that okay? I don't mean we're going to get comfy. I just mean...
This isn't the kind of podcast I signed up to. Like, it is a leather sofa.
Well, this is what happens every fucking time I come on here, so
Yeah, that is exactly what happens every time you come on here.
Bradley molests me.
Okay.
I said molest.
Now, I want everyone
That wasn't-
to know that she asked for this.
That was
Oh,
not a
God.
demand, that was a statement.
No, that was a request.
Turns out you say it.
Welcome back to Mike's late night show.
Next on show, tonight's talking point is Christmas and we're back with Bradley Hobby and why he hates happiness.
I'm gonna fuck this dude.
With tinsel handcuffs.
That would be very useful.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
rip out of that.
Very useful.
Yeah, you could rip out of them pretty quickly. Tinsel is quite weak.
No, it's like furry handcuffs. It's just metal handcuffs, but you wrap tinsel around it.
I thought you meant handcuffs for furries then.
I thought
No.
you meant just literally wrapping tinsel around someone's arm.
Yeah, that's what I thought initially.
No, that would not work.
That wouldn't be effective in any way.
No.
That would be useless. Tinsel handcuffs, what is this? But Christmas movies, mate. Do you dislike all of them apart from Die Hard?
I just told you.
They did.
I like Die Hard.
Yeah.
I like Home Alone.
And?
I like Home Alone 2.
Okay.
What about Die Hard 2?
I like Die Hard 2.
I've only seen Die Hard 1 and 4.
I haven't seen Die Hard again.
You haven't seen The Holiday? You haven't seen Love Actually?
I quite like The Grinch as well.
What, with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's got
Which
Cindy
one?
Lou in it.
The Jim Carrey one.
Okay, right, yeah.
The live action
Because
one.
they're releasing another one, aren't they?
I think
It's
it's
actually
out
already
now.
out.
Yeah,
it's
that's
already
the 3D animated one. There's a 2D animated one that's quite old, and then the
I can't really think of any other Christmas films.
In honesty, I was hoping you could think of more because I ran out.
I don't
really watch
I
them
tend
that
to
often.
shut off at Christmas.
Mm.
Everything. I go home, and my mum is so into Christmas, and I have to deal with Christmas. I get up and I go to work, and for some reason my team at work are so into Christmas, so I have to deal with Christmas there. My entire desk, because there's a competition going on at work where the best team decorations win something, and my team's just gone mental on Christmas decorations, and I let them get on with that. I don't mind if they want to, but leave my station alone. But no,
You're going to be the reason they lose.
But, wow,
You are.
I'm not. No, I've not specifically got involved with it, but I haven't stopped them from doing anything. I just don't do Christmas.
That's fine. I'm kind of like in the same boat. I like the way Christmas brings people together generally. Obviously, I like it. Everyone gets gifts. It's quite nice to kind of not really worry about things for a few days. And New Year's is quite cool as well. It's probably the nicest time of the year, I think, for general people being nice to each other. That's what I like most about it. But a lot of it, I don't like the Christmas music. I don't like the Christmas films. I think it's ridiculous that the 12th of the year we listen to the same music, on the radio. And then also another 12th of the year on TV is just so many Christmas movies. Well, not exclusively, obviously, but I never really, there's probably a Christmas, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. That's a great movie.
It's okay.
No, I love it.
I think it's pretty great.
Oh, Santa
I
Claus.
watched the sort of bonus features on the DVD, and there's like a little documentary about how they made it and how they did all the little figurines.
That interests me more. I like The Nightmare Before Christmas, but I don't think it's as good as people say it is.
That's
I
fair
still
comment.
enjoy watching it.
I think
But
it's
with-
definitely overrated.
Yeah, it is
a
overrated.
great
I really
movie
like it,
still.
but it is
With
overrated.
Tim Burton, I actually like Corpse Bride. Is it
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
I'd rather watch that than Nightmare Before Christmas.
Tell you what's great, Sleepy Hollow.
Sleep Hollow is
That's
awesome.
a fucking brilliant Tim Burton movie.
See, I'm
Mars
such
Attacks.
a Burton fan.
Mars Attacks.
Not that Burton.
Not that Burton, no.
Oh,
Is a cunt.
that's what that noise is from. Wah. Oh, who was I talking to the other day? I was
Isn't
doing
that Waluigi?
kind of. That's what the other person said. But I had a noise in my head that was like some weird. Oh, me and Nikki were talking about what makes that weird noise.
Turtles having sex.
No, that's like a heavy breathing. That's what they sound
That
like.
is what they sound like.
I think I've seen a video, but I couldn't remember what they sounded like. But yeah, so what? Santa Claus 1 and Santa Claus 2.
No, I don't think I've seen them.
What, the normal Santa Claus movies. Okay, I'm pretty much done with that with Christmas movies now.
Yeah.
I don't
Fuck
really.
Christmas. Fuck Christmas.
No, this
No, I'll tell you what's the worst.
This is Christmas specifically, okay?
I tell you what the worst thing is though is Christmas specials. Most Christmas specials are substantially worse than the normal quality of the programming.
I disagree.
But there are
Yeah,
some.
disagree.
But there are some which are better. But most
Doctor
of them
Who
I think are
Christmas
worse.
specials were
Oh,
always
generally
Yeah.
worse.
like,
I think it's generally worse.
I think they were brilliant.
No,
I don't know if
was,
I'm going to get a reaction off either of you with this because I grew up watching Only Fools and Horses with my dad.
I can't
I
stand it.
love.
Oh, you do? Oh,
I can't stand any
I
of
can
it.
say it in
but-
sign language. That's what I can say. Thank you and Only Fools and Horses in sign language. That's the only things I can say. Or sign rather.
So if you ever
Nice.
if horses ever do you a great favour, you can just sign to them. If a deaf horse helps you,
Only if there are fools nearby.
can't you just cut out the fools bit?
No.
Okay. I don't watch Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, it's
I
like a
hate
British
it.
classic. It's so good.
I love Blackadder. That's one of my favourite British classics. Fawlty Towers. I love a lot of Monty Python.
Actually, is it Blackadder Carol or Blackadder Christmas Carol or something?
Yeah.
But it's the Christmas Blackadder special. And
That's good.
I watched some of that when I was around. I was visiting my dad the other evening, and he had it on TV, and we sat and watched it for a little while, and it was just brilliant. Like, oh,
It is good.
Yeah, I watched Blackadder the Third recently. I can't remember who with. Someone. It was brilliant.
because nobody wants to hang
Oh no, it was
out.
Carla. It was my friend.
Bam.
It was my friend Carla. We watched
All
it,
the BAMs.
and it was brilliant. My favourite is probably the fourth, or maybe the second. But it was only the first and the third was on there. I think it was really weird.
See, my problem with watching Blackadder or anything with
Where's
Rowan
the first
Atkinson in now is it's Mr. Bean.
See,
I love
it's
Mr.
very
Bean, though.
strange. I hated Mr. Bean.
Really?
I didn't enjoy the humour. I just didn't enjoy watching it. But I'm a big Johnny English fan, so anytime I see Rowan Atkinson now, I just see him as Johnny English.
Johnny English is
So
amazing.
you don't like Mr. Bean?
No,
I like
he's
the
so
show.
good.
I really liked the show, but I thought the movie was amazing.
I didn't like either of them.
Oh, which one? The
Mr.
Holiday.
Bean, the Holiday one, yeah.
See, I didn't really like Holiday. I like the one.
Bean, I think.
Is it just Bean the movie or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Where he lives with the family and he destroys the painting.
Oh yeah.
Is that
yeah.
the thing?
I think that is Bean, yeah. They kind of merge into one for me. A lot of the series merge as well. Mr. Bean.
I do remember on a school trip once on a coach, we were going on a school trip to France, and they were just playing that movie. They were playing his Holiday, and it was, we were all forced to watch it, and I didn't have my headphones with me because I was like 13.
How
I just
terrible.
didn't happen to have them. They were all it was like, in the baggage that gets put under the bus.
Yeah.
They were in there, and I was like, fuck.
What is my life? I remember a school trip where I threw up on someone next to me.
Oh, grim. What happened?
I got travel sick.
Oh,
That's my story.
That was it.
I got travel sick, and everyone said I'd be fine. And it was a guy called Tom. I must have been in like year 6 or year 5 or something.
Oh, probably.
And yeah, they gave me a Sainsbury's carrier bag or something. And they were like, if you feel ill, just throw up into this. And I was like, no, I'll be fine. I wasn't fine. And I threw up into the plastic bag and a bit on Tom.
Mm.
Well, now's the time to apologise to
Yeah.
Tom.
Sorry,
Tom,
Tom.
wherever you are.
Fuck you! No, I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't mean
What
to
are
throw
you
up
sorry
on you.
for?
For
The
throwing
throw
up on you? Yeah.
What else?
What?
Telling him to go fuck himself.
I didn't tell him to fuck
What, you
himself.
say
I just said,
fuck you.
fuck you.
Alright, so you're going to fuck him, is that what you're saying?
If that's what he wants,
Oh, well, okay. Well, I mean, who knows?
that can be my apology.
It is 2018. Nearly 2019.
Suck a stick. That's an
crazy.
apology.
God,
That's the right way to do
don't
it.
go back onto Christmas.
I'm not. I'm going on to New Year's.
New Year's is fun.
New Year's is fun.
New Year's
Everybody
is
just
fun.
gets absolutely smashed.
Yeah,
that's the New Year's
I know,
tradition
because
for
I'm
everybody.
responsible.
You're a liar.
Don't laugh at that.
I'm not laughing.
You can drink more than me and
I know,
TJ
I'm
put together.
Definitely laughing. Yeah, you definitely can. You're a bit of a.
You were going to deny that, but you know for a fact that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, that is a Christmas video, I suppose you could call it, that I love. But it was a meme last year, I think. But I can't even remember what it's actually from. But it's animated. It's little dinosaurs. And it's one of them going, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've missed a beat
I
somewhere.
can't remember what the show is, but it's...
Right?
Yeah, it's like there's the little one. It's like ha 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 ha
Yeah.
ha. And there's just the like T-Rex thing that goes yeah.
Oh, are they the weird giant like T-Rex that made out of things? It was like a sitcom sort of show.
No,
No.
it was like a cartoon.
Oh, I've got no idea then.
I don't know.
On the subject of dinosaurs, I rewatched Jurassic Park the other day, and
I rewatched
it
them recently.
stands up so well.
Oh, Jurassic Park's great.
Because it's
Yeah.
animatronics, it's not CGI, so it just looks absolutely brilliant. I think it looks better than a lot of modern movies being released.
Jurassic
Definitely.
Park 2, on the other hand, not so good.
No, I watched all the up until I watched Jurassic Park 1 when I was really young. I could not remember any of it, so I rewatched it. Was that your fat hand?
Yeah, I cracked my knuckle and it really hurt.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Jurassic Park, I watched it for the first time since I was like a little kid about a year and a half ago. And I was like, this is fucking amazing. I really like that. So I watched 2, 3, 4 and then obviously recently 5 as well in the last few months. Jurassic Park 2 was, the first half of it is alright, it's just slightly worse than Jurassic Park 1. And then the end bit, where he's just running around the city, it's just terrible. But then I really liked Jurassic Park 3, I thought that was really cool. And then I liked Jurassic World, I thought was really good as well. And then Fallen Kingdom was like pretty good, but just not as good as
I
World.
haven't seen either of the 2 newer ones.
World is really good,
I've
actually.
seen World.
I thought it was really good, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's as good as Jurassic Park, the original, but I think it's better than 3 and 2. It's a good movie. It's Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt, but not quite as silly, really. But I do like Chris Pratt. Also, Chris Pratt, if you hear it, you can't unhear it. A crisp rat. So a rat that's crisp. Chris Pratt. You always hear now Chris Pratt.
I think that's actually just going to go straight out of my mind the moment I leave this room.
Chris Pratt. No, I still hear Chris Pratt. You failed.
I have. That was the start of me sort of mind controlling you, and it didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not easily swayed. I don't brush my teeth, so...
Is that how you get away from
It's a weird thing that I do with my brother, mainly, because if he'll do things like that, and he'll be like, I'm getting into your head, and I say I don't brush my teeth because there's fluoride in toothpaste. Which is, we say the stupid thing, like, fluoride is what the government uses to control people. So it's just random from me, sorry. I'll shut up now.
I have
I love it.
That as extra fluoride, so am I at extra risk of government
Government.
probing?
Yeah.
You need to wear your tinfoil hat when you brush your teeth.
It's just stupid, because it's like... I can't remember. I think it was my older brother. He jokingly said something like, there's no reason for fluoride to be in toothpaste, so why is it in there? And we were like, it's the government. It's got to be the government. So we said
big reasons for fluoride to be in.
we know. It was just something stupid we did.
That's great.
Well, most things you do are pretty stupid.
That is slanderous.
That's true, though.
How about I write it on Facebook and then it's just libel?
I'll sue you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
Oh, wait, you're my lawyer. You have to defend me from yourself.
I don't think that's legal.
I'll represent myself then.
Actually represent
I'll
herself.
take you down in court.
I'll take you down.
This is going to be a Legally Blonde story, okay?
I haven't seen Legally Blonde.
What?
I haven't seen Legally Blonde.
How?
good.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
Both
boy.
of you suck. It's such a good movie.
I think so.
I actually watched Mean Girls for the first time
What did you think?
this month.
You hadn't seen it?
No.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I thought it was so overrated.
Oh
And
god,
I'm
it is.
really sorry.
No, it's so massively overrated.
It
But
is.
the whole point is that the only reason it's overrated is because we all watched it when we were kids, and it was like
Yeah, I get that.
the
It's like a genuinely really good
teen
film.
movie.
It's just like
I enjoyed it.
It's just like most films now that if you like films like Shawshank Redemption almost, like sometimes the hype for those films are built up so much they can't ever live up to it. But Shawshank does, because Shawshank is fucking amazing.
I do think that if
What are you doing,
Mean
Bradley?
Girls-
What's that all about?
So I was giving you an evil look because I thought you were going to say Shawshank was bad.
No, Shawshank Redemption is probably the best film I've ever made. It's not my
Probably
favourite.
one of my favourites.
It's
yeah.
one of mine.
It's one of my favourites, but it's not probably my favourite. But it's probably the best film I've ever
The
made.
Family Guy ruined it for me. I think I've told you this.
Oh,
Yeah.
The scene in Family Guy where they're doing the Shawshank Redemption story, and when Andy Dufresne is trying to escape the prison,
And he's got
and
Friends.
he's watching Friends, and he like hits the pipe with a
In
rock to
time.
make a hole in time with the Friends theme tune.
No one told you it's
So
gonna be
good.
this way.
I don't
Oh,
think
God.
I either haven't seen that or I've forgotten to see. I forgot when I saw that.
Yeah, I do think that if they re-released, or if Mean Girls was never a thing and they released it now
It
with
would not be
our
popular.
current movie, preferences thing, yeah, I don't think it would be popular at all.
No, the thing is it wouldn't work anymore because it's like a teen drama thing, but because it's not how teens are at the moment because
Yeah.
of social media and things, it wouldn't relate to the teens, and it's not one for our sort of age and older because it's a bit young.
Yeah.
But do you guys have any real guilty pleasure films that you actually either still love or did love when you were younger? Like I loved High School Musical. I even had the album, first High School Musical album.
I have a very dark past with High School Musical. Because
A dark
Well,
past.
Sounds interesting.
I'd never watched High School Musical when I was in school, and everyone had, and they were talking about it. And I remember there was a time at school where I got ill and I had to stay home. And there was a rerun of High School Musical 1 and 2, because I don't think the third one was out yet.
Yeah.
I haven't
And
seen the third one.
like on the Disney Channel, and they were playing 1, then 2, then 1, then 2, through the entire day.
I remember that.
And I literally sat in my living room on that day when I was ill and watched them over and over again
Really?
for the entire day.
Oh my
Genuinely,
God.
I watched both films.
Do you
a
love them
good
then?
12 or 13 times.
What? How?
And it was like the best day ever. I don't know why I enjoyed them so much, but it got to the point where even now I probably know all the words to the High School Musical songs in 1 and 2, which is really embarrassing.
You're probably delirious because you were so ill.
Yeah, and yeah, I like High School Musical.
I liked it when I first listened to the first and second one. Watched the first and second one. I did like them, but when the third one came out, I just wasn't into it anymore. But I had the first album, but I liked the Bada Bada Swing song. Hey Bada Bada, hey
That's one
Bada
of my
Bada
least
Swing.
favourite songs.
I got to just
That-
do my thing.
Have you noticed? Okay, in that song during the sort of, I suppose you could call it a music video, but during that scene, they there's this secret little thing that they put into it, which is during the song there are lots of allusions to bisexuality and Ryan being bisexual, and that's what the song is actually about. And he Chad is saying that he doesn't dance because dance is like a typically gay sort of thing. And at the end of the song, when they go into the next scene, Chad and Ryan have switched outfits, so they've got an undress somewhere and then swapped outfits and gone back. And it's like just this thing, and I've seen it. I've seen them. The outfits they are wearing are completely. They've definitely swapped. Whether the actors did that as like a joke before the scene and just happened to stay in those outfits just to see if anybody would notice, or if that they did that so that they could allude to the whole bisexuality thing, I don't know.
Never noticed that.
Yeah.
Nor did I. Wonderful facts with TJ. High School Musical nerd.
No, that's like the only thing I know.
What about Christmas food, Bradley?
Why? I thought we were done with Christmas.
It's
No,
yummy.
mate.
Pigs and
You can't escape it
blankets,
anyway, mate.
mince pies.
No, Christmas food annoys me because people say, oh yeah, I can't wait for Christmas dinner because we're going to have pigs and blankets. It shouldn't be a Christmas food. Just eat them whenever you want. I like pigs and blankets. The only time we ever have them in my house is at Christmas.
I thought it
Get
was so
that,
special.
But mince pies only get sold at Christmas.
But I don't like mince
I
pies.
don't like
I
mince
love
pies.
mince
I don't like
pies.
mince pies.
I love mince pies so much.
And if anyone says they like Christmas pudding, they are just delusional.
that
I
fruit
do
cake
not
is
like
awful.
Christmas pudding if it's had the brandy on it and then been set fire, but I love like a plain Christmas pudding with custard.
so
no.
gross.
Nah.
It's just all
Christmas pudding
fruit
with
cake and
custard
shit. I
is
hate
just-
it. I
I
can't
love
stand.
anything with fruit in it. I feel like
Can't stand
that's
fruit
what
cake.
my.
See,
That's what
I love anything with fruit in it, but I don't like Christmas pudding.
I hate
Well,
everything.
you clearly
with fruit in
don't
it,
like
basically.
anything with fruit
Don't-
in it.
Yo, shut up.
Exactly.
Stop using your logic. Leave me alone.
Coming in here,
Yeah.
tearing my argument down.
What do you like roasts? Are they one of your favourite meals?
No, well, you know how I feel about vegetables.
No, I don't.
I love fruit.
I don't know
but not
anything about
vegetables.
you and vegetables ever.
No, when I have a roast dinner or Christmas dinner, I have meat, so it'll be like turkey or probably turkey.
Turkey's such a nah.
I prefer chicken.
Turkey is basically chicken, but slightly worse in relatively every way.
It's
It's
just a
dry.
very dry, tasteless
Yeah.
meat, and it's only part of the Christmas dinner for tradition,
Yeah.
not in it for flavour.
So, hey-
People prefer other meats nowadays. Like
Yeah.
my family, at least, will do probably gammon and like a beef brisket or something.
My
Yes.
stepdad does
Sounds so
does
good.
gammon. It
Yeah.
is amazing. It's I bloody love it. But I was going to say, like, with turkey, it's like, hey, you should have turkey. Why? Tradition. But chicken's better in almost every way. It's like, tradition.
Chickens don't gobble.
Gobble, gobble. Gobbles from South Park.
Apparently, sorry, just because you're talking about turkeys,
Yeah.
again, I don't know if this is true, but it's something I've heard.
Ooh.
Apparently, turkeys whistle when they're like not stressed out, but when they think they're in danger.
Okay.
Turkeys whistle when they think
Yeah,
they're
apparently they whistle.
the whistling turkeys of Mordor.
Look it up. Find it out. Let's see what
Mike's got his trusty phone.
he does. Called him out there again. That's the fourth time over this podcast.
Turkeys whistling bird language under threat from mobiles.
Ooh.
Boom.
Whistled language. They use whistle language to facilitate communication. Turkeys whistled language to get an alphabet. The Society of Strange... The
Wait,
secret of...
turkeys do the alphabet.
I didn't know they were that
The
intelligent.
secret of the strange
I don't
whistling
know.
language of the
Like,
turkey
apparently
in the
it's-
Huffington Post. Turkish whistling language recognised by UNESCO, the Times website.
I don't think
We
this
just
is
uncovered
talking
some
about
sort of-
turkeys.
Turkey. Oh, it's saying Turkish.
Yep. There we
Oh.
go.
Oh, Mike.
Oh no, is that not what you were? Oh, you were talking about actual.
No, not the Turkish people. I mean Turkey. I said
I thought you were saying it as a
turkeys.
joke. I thought you were saying, oh man, I thought you were saying it as a joke.
No, I mean the animal. Gobble gobble turkeys.
I know. Yeah.
We weren't talking about the Turkish one. We
know.
were talking about turkey.
I know.
Last time I was in Istanbul, I was surrounded by men just going.
But I told you whistling
Whistling at you
turkeys.
because they thought they were in danger.
Well, I am very dangerous.
But it does say the first
All
one was
5'3" of this
The first-
is pure lethal. Okay,
You're being
The
very
thing is-
generous. 5'2".
I want
I'm
to
5'2.9". Genuinely, I am.
be.
So there's no 3 in that.
That I'm closer to 3 than I am to 2. Okay, it's all
Yeah,
about
but-
rounding. Thank you very much.
What's happening?
Well, I'm talking about her height.
And I'm arguing back because I
She's
argue
so
about
small.
everything.
How-
Fuck you!
I told you like what, 4'9".
Me? you were looking at
Imagine
me.
if you were 4'9", mate.
I'd be like a mini fucking machine.
Mini machine.
If you were 4'9" but could still take the amount of alcohol that you can now.
I think I would be like in a freak show or something.
Just imagine you be exactly the same proportions, like literally you. Imagine like
Just
an image of
shorter.
you, and they just diagonally, just like a picture on a Photoshop.
Tell you this much, I would 100% have diabetes.
Diabetes.
And I would probably have to have some real medical talks about my size.
You think diabetes would make you
I'd be
4'9"?
wider than I was tall.
Oh man, how tall are you? That he's like 5'4".
I'm 2.9, as it were, for 5'3".
You know someone is short when they have to add the points.
It's like, when you get young children.
No,
like,
it's just
how old are you, Sarah?
I'm
It's like,
7 3/4.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm
that
7 and 10 months.
5'3", but when that day I went to the doctors and got measured by the nurse, she was like, "Yeah, you're not quite 5'3", you're 5'2.9", and I was like, "Oh, okay." And now it's become like this running thing with my friends where I'm not actually 5'3", but I sort of am because obviously your height can fluctuate very, very slightly.
You're not 5'3".
Yeah,
Why
that's a
would you say
lie.
that to
That's a
me?
lie. You're definitely
You
not
just
5'3".
told me you're 5'2.9.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, why would you say that?
That's true.
Because I am the real police.
It's like this, right? My dick is 4 inches, so I round it up to 10, and it's just that's what I tell
Yeah.
people when they ask me. Is I say, it's just a round 10.
I'm 5'11".
I think might be slightly.
You're like
Shorter than
7
you.
foot, Brad.
Definitely
I
not.
wish.
I don't wish I was
Tower
7.
above you.
I don't wish I was 7 foot. That'd be weird. She could like wrap around your arm like a koala.
Pretty sure I
Oh,
could
that'd
anyway.
be so good. Do it now.
Right now.
Right, I'm
Well,
trying to
we're
do it over
in
the
middle of
microphone.
podcast.
Fuck this podcast.
I don't really appreciate what you're saying about this.
I'm only joking, Mike.
The podcast
You're
is a
not
living
joking,
thing.
I could see it in your eyes.
Listen, can I plug my own?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have one.
I was hoping you were going to go ahead with one. I was hoping you were just going to say some sort of random and then go.
Yeah, so listen to Truckathon. It's where me and my buddy Clive talk about monster trucks.
Do you even know anybody called Clive?
I could know a Clive.
Do you?
I know a Clive or two.
I asked, do you?
I don't know any Clives. There's like a one.
Off the top of my head, I don't know a Clive.
Well, there we go.
So you just
So
like.
who are you going to do
You
this
just liked all of us.
So the part that you're having a problem with here is not the fact that I have a podcast that I talk specifically about monster trucks.
Podcast isn't
But the fact that I don't know someone called Clive.
Yeah, because you said you
Yes.
did.
Exactly.
But I
You
also
said
said
you
I
were
haven't-
Clive,
Oh.
and you didn't use a second name.
What?
It implies
Stevenson.
that you know him well.
Clive
So,
Stevenson.
Do you know a Clive Stevenson?
Yes, we went to school together.
Did you indeed?
We met in PE.
But you just said to me that you don't know a Clive, so
Yeah, I was
what's
throwing-
Clive gonna think
Clive
when he
is
listens to this and hears that you were fucking talking shit about him not existing?
Look,
He's
Clive.
gonna phone you up.
Clive, I'm sorry. Clive is shy, and I know he wouldn't want to be talked about, so I'm sorry for talking about you, Clive. But I won't do it again.
Ultimately, we're just talking more about Clive right now, so
Okay,
he's
let's
gonna
stop.
hate you even more.
I'm sorry.
I don't think Clive would really appreciate this. In fact, I've just got a text from another number saying, I don't really appreciate Bradley talking about me, and it's signed from Clive.
Wow.
Do you know what? Fuck you, Clive.
And everything you stand for.
Yeah.
It's just a disappointment, Bradley, to everyone, especially to Clive.
See, it's actually a good thing that you say that, because Clive, the only thing Clive stands for is Christmas.
Clive could get fucked then.
Back it comes, back it comes. We should wrap you up with Christmas wrapping.
Boom.
Oh my god, can we?
With a little bit ribbon on top.
Oh, you fuckers.
Oh, God.
Do you remember Christmas a couple of years ago?
Oh, it cost like a fortune. We all bought each other gifts.
No. I'm not on about that. I'm on about the time where you guys wrapped all of my Christmas presents in foil.
Yeah, that was all me.
Do you know my thing with foil?
No.
I can't do tinfoil.
This is
Why?
weakness.
I don't know. It's this. I'm okay touching it now, but a couple of years ago I couldn't touch tinfoil because I didn't like the texture of it, which is stupid.
Wow.
It's one of those. Like, I know people who don't like people who bite fabric.
Yeah.
Like,
Some people hate velvet.
yeah, it's like that. And like, if I see someone chew tinfoil, it makes me like physically uncomfortable.
Oh my god.
And these wankers. It was
me,
who was it? It
actually.
was you, Reese, Kieran, and I think Jasmine might have been involved as well. So
Jasmine's
we,
usually involved.
yeah, I know. And we bought each other stuff for Christmas, and we all went round to, I think, was it Jasmine's house or Jasmine's sister's house?
Yeah, it was Jasmine's sisters, yeah.
And we were opening presents, and as I was opening mine, obviously because you just rip into a present, I grabbed the paper, ripped, and as I ripped, I immediately knew this feeling, and I just threw the present across the room, and
We were all
I
opening
refused
presents.
to open the rest of the
Oh my
presents.
God.
That was so good.
You guys are assholes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was great. I loved that. It was hilarious.
Good for you.
Mm.
I hope you had a good time.
I had a great time. It was just us all sat around opening, and then you saw Bradley go, "Ah!" And it was like,
This is actually the reason I don't like Christmas. They ruined Christmas for me.
with the tinfoil
I know.
association.
How does that make you feel? That you ruined Christmas. You destroyed my Christmas spirit.
Did you like your gifts, though? I can't remember what I got you, but...
Yeah.
If he comes around your house dressed as Santa Claus, will you forgive him?
No.
I think you should.
Why would I forgive him for that?
That'd make it worse. Why would you want me in your house dressed as Santa Claus?
I'd probably shotgun him or something.
Do you own a shotgun?
I might do.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
not going to admit that on a podcast, am I?
That's smart. I'm going to give people your home address. And
I'm not
see if
saying
we'll
I
name-
don't have a shotgun.
You have ninja weapons.
I have my ninja weapons.
Yeah, because you're a ninja at night.
Just throwing stars made out of the Batman Ninja DVD.
Yeah.
You're like, you've a whole ton. You have like every conceivable ninja weapon you could ever get in the whole world ever. Bradley's got it. He's got like a stupid amount and billions of them. Like
But he may or may
rooms
not have...
full of them.
The fuck are you talking
Mansions.
about?
He's got like 12 mansions and they're all full of ninja weapons.
Yeah. Come at me, bro.
We want ninja weapons. It's because you're a weeaboo.
No.
Is that a really politically incorrect name?
I wouldn't say
Probably.
it's politically incorrect. It's just, I don't know. It's just an offensive term for someone who.
So that... by
Would you say it's
logic, that would
offensive?
make it
Well,
politically
yeah, I
incorrect.
guess.
It's an offensive or derogatory term for a
Yeah.
group of people.
And I'm not a weeaboo.
Okay.
Just to point this out as well, Mike is once again on his phone.
That's because Megan's just
He's
texted me
looking
saying
up.
she's parked.
He's looking up offensive terms and he found weeaboo.
Megan's just parked up. That's why.
No, she's just going to have to stay outside, isn't she?
Yeah.
But that's it. We can keep talking if we want, but I know that you're getting picked up soon, so we can.
That's fine.
What was that hand gesture meaning?
Well,
See,
to wrap
that was Megan calling. You guys have to talk and try and entertain people.
Okay, let's just have a chat.
God.
So,
Without Mike.
yes, but we've got one.
Ah, yeah.
Hello.
Microphone testing.
1, 2, 1, 2. This better stay in.
My dad used to run a like a sort of a disco thing, but whenever we had Christmas back at my old house in Devon, I say house, it would obviously, as you know, I grew up in a pub. But my dad we'd have everybody in the village over, and he would put on, like, set up his light show, and he'll be DJing, and he just had a great time doing it. But it was wonderful, because he would spend like 10-15 minutes just testing the mic, just for the sheer hilarity, because he'd get like everybody around the bar to just like, try and test it, and then people would end up just screaming horrible things into the microphone.
Sounds like a party.
Yeah, it was great. At some point in the evening, we'd all play that song. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's
Macarena.
no, it's got that bit where everybody adds to it. It's not part of the actual song, but everybody just adds into it.
The Music Man.
No, Alice.
YMCA.
Alice. Who the fuck is Alice? That one.
I don't know.
I can't remember the rest of the song because it's been so long. It's been years. But yeah, there's the song. I can't remember what it's called.
I have no idea what you're talking
All
about.
that build up to that story to a song that we don't know what it is.
Well, the story was
Oh,
I don't
Mambo
care.
number 5.
yes, actually.
Yes. Got it.
Sorted.
I assume that's sarcasm.
Of course it was.
I don't know. Oh, your crazy songs.
How does he... This man is the most sarcastic man I've ever met. How does he not recognise sarcasm when it bites him in the face?
Because it was directed Bradley, so it wasn't biting me.
He's got me there.
Bam.
Yeah. Megan has joined us. You don't have to say anything at all because no one will hear. And now Josh is saying hello. We're still recording, Josh.
What's up, Josh?
You were on Science But Simple that I recorded with you 2 days ago.
Tell us some science.
Give us a science
I came in because I didn't think there was a recording going on.
No, give us a science fact. Come on, you've got to do it. A Christmas science fact, preferably.
I don't have a Christmas science fact, but it has just come out that mitochondria are not only inherited from mothers.
Wow.
This is a completely new thing.
Crazy. That's insane.
So,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
a father can pass on mitochondria. There we go.
Well, if
New
mitochondria
science
celebrate
come out, like,
Christmas, then we're
very
sorted.
recently.
That's dated perfectly. Thank you, Josh. We appreciate that. You should be a guest on every
And now
episode.
it can just come out like a couple of weeks after we actually record it, so it's out of date then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, going now.
We're talking about basically what we like about Christmas because Bradley generally doesn't like Christmas. So what we're doing is we're talking and it goes off on
Don't
tangents.
shake your head at me.
Megan loves Christmas.
I do love
Everybody seems to love Christmas around me.
I like Christmas. There are some parts about it that I do dislike, but generally speaking, I do like it. I do enjoy it more than I dislike it.
I think my favourite
I
part
quite
of
like-
Christmas is definitely going to be the Christmas decorations.
I was about to say Christmas decorations. I think they're one of Megan's favourite
I
things.
love Christmas decorations. I love lights.
Oh, they're so pretty. We've accidentally put up decorations in my house. And why? When I say accidentally, it's because...
Did you trip with the lights in your hand and then go, oh, and then they were along the wall?
No, we've been saying since we moved in August that we wanted to put up some fairy lights, and we just haven't got around to it until about about 2 weeks ago. So we put up one set of fairy lights around the windowsill, and then Bailey picked up some other fairy lights from his mum in a box of Christmas decorations that she found. We put those up, so now we've got lots of fairy lights. And also my auntie gave me this big Santa face, and it's just like a light up Santa face. But I hung that up, and then about 2 days later, we had like a house party or something, and a friend left. It's like a paper and glitter spliff. And we've just sellotaped it to Santa's face.
Wow.
So now he's just constantly smoking a blunt.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Nicely done. With Christmas decorations, I think they look cool, but I just think the amount of money it costs to do it and the amount of effort it takes to do it.
No, I like my fairy lights that I've got up in my house. It makes my house look like an igloo.
Your fairy lights do look awesome, to be fair. But I just mean like outside lights when you drive across those houses and they've got like 3 inflatable things and then about 12 like things going on and then spotlights that are showing like it looks like it's fake snowing.
I hate Christmas.
I do wonder how much like the electricity bill goes up at Christmas time in those houses though.
Yeah.
We could test it here, got a smart meter. Do it for a day, see the difference.
I don't think it would do that much difference in a day.
With the new SMATS 2 meter.
Oh yeah, because we both worked at Utilita, so
Yeah.
we both know in that smart meter know-how. I've forgotten relatively everything except
I still
Laurie Beck
remember a lot of it.
installed it. You were there for a lot longer than I was though.
I was only there like 4 or 5 months.
I was there for 1 month.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, quite a bit longer.
I had an interview there and didn't get it.
That's because you're not good enough. You're not cut from
Yeah.
the same cloth. I left.
You have to have this sort of air of self-importance to work at Utilita.
So you have to be an asshole.
Yeah.
That's how I got the job, mate.
Oh, I got the job as well. I just walked in, slammed my resume down on the table and said, give me the job. And they went, you know what? You've got balls. Yeah, you have the job, mate. Go for it.
I think that's fabricating.
No,
I
definitely
don't think that happened.
It definitely happened.
Maybe I should be more forceful in my life. then.
Maybe. To be fair, I did accidentally throw a jelly bean at my interviewer during that interview.
Was that a bribe? What? I didn't see that. What happened
She
there?
brought the jelly beans, it's just that they were on the table and we were munching on them, and Smarties as well.
I didn't get either of those things when I went
I
to...
don't get how you accidentally threw it at her. Did you go, whoa?
I went to pick it up and it like bounced out of my fingers and bounced off the table and like hit her in the
How
chest.
slippery are your fingers?
It's a very slippery
to lose
individual.
a jelly bean.
I was very clammy. I was in the middle of a job interview.
I'm so nervous I dropped my jelly bean.
Just pinged across the table and hit the interviewer in the face.
It was in the chest, but thanks.
He actually hit them. Oh, Christ. Okay. And you got the job?
Yeah, she knows she loved me. She's basically said that I got the job in the interview, but she was like, well, I can't actually say that to you because, you know, we have to
They
make our
always say
decision.
they always say that.
Yeah, right? I'm like, okay.
People did say it to me once, not at Utilita, at a different job, and I didn't get the job.
Oh, that's devastating. I don't think I've ever been told that and then not got the job.
I've still not recovered from it. Bradley, that's not very nice. Just because you don't say anything doesn't mean you can hide from it. I have two witnesses here.
Where's the proof?
He's just pointing and laughing at you. You should be used to that one.
Where's the proof?
If I increase the volume a bit, I can maybe hear your mouth open where you poked your tongue out. And maybe the movement of your flannel shirt made the...
A slight breeze.
In the breeze, I was going to say, yeah. Stick with it.
I think this whole conversation has been absolute breeze, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's been aimed right at Bradley, just what he doesn't like about Christmas.
Christmas breeze.
Yeah.
That sounds like an air freshener name. Almost. Christmas breeze.
Every time we start to move on from Christmas and talk about something else, they bring it back to Christmas. And Mike's like, so Bradley, what's your favourite Christmas fucking whatever?
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
I decided, yeah,
There's a song about it.
We're going to be releasing this. Going to be releasing this on Sunday. This coming Sunday. It's going to be my last podcast till 2019. So
good.
Oi, that's enough, Bradley. Okay, I don't appreciate that kind of negativity.
Can't tame this, Mike.
Well, because you don't like Christmas. Don't you just love Santa Claus, some weird old dude that sneaks in your house at night and gives you things?
He knows when you're sleeping, Mike.
Yeah, he knows when you're awake.
You're on his naughty list.
He knows when you've been naughty.
Yeah, he checks his list twice.
Yeah, you'd probably check your list more than twice.
Well, to be fair, what old man is so desperate to leave presents for children that he will squeeze himself down their chimney, risking his own life and possibly theirs?
How's he risking his own life? He's magic.
But if he's magic, then why does he have to go down the chimney?
Because basically someone said Santa comes down the chimney, and then he was like, oh, well, I've got to do it now. Otherwise they won't believe.
Santa seems very susceptible to suggestion.
Yeah.
So if I told Santa to, I don't know, solve overpopulation for Christmas for me as a present,
then he would Thanos everyone.
Yeah. Click his fingers, off they go.
Sorted. Oh, I'd be happy with that.
Infinity.
Santa, if you are listening, please, for Christmas.
No, don't say it, because it will happen. And, like, statistics say that 2 of us will disappear. What 2 will it be?
50%.
It can't be me, can it?
Fucking hope it's you.
Right?
It can't be me.
If it's got to be anybody, I mean...
It can't
it's got to be
me.
you and...
You're living...
I don't know you, darling. I'm sorry, but you're gone.
Yeah, well, you could haven't actually met properly.
But Mike,
this is TJ, this is Megan.
Mike, if these 2 disappeared, then we could live out your lifelong dream of...
Being
Why did
together.
you flick me?
She don't want you to say the dream.
TJ just flicked my ear.
I did. Well, I don't really want to disappear. I feel like...
Well, no, I don't want you to disappear.
What is...
You're just saying it's going to happen if, I don't want
No,
don't
I
want
was
to happen,
talking
but it's gonna.
hypothetically, if you guys did disappear, then Mike would have me. That's what he's always wanted.
That is
Right.
true. I think the devastation from losing Megan would turn me gay for you. If you were there for me in the right way, just a quick, gentle,
To be
firm,
fair, you
passionate
can't
kiss.
actually get turned gay. So really, he would just have realised all along that he was always in love with you.
All the barriers would be broken down.
And then his heart
I'll
will
be
break
truly
again
vulnerable.
when he realises that I don't feel the same way.
Bradley, don't say to me.
Doesn't matter
you
what
ruin
you feel, it
Christmas.
just matters what you want.
What I do.
You're going to ruin Christmas,
And it's
Bradley.
not going to be you.
How can you say that to me?
Look at
In
you.
my house.
Because, remember, on a previous podcast, I told you that I knew who I loved more out of you and TJ.
Yep,
And what did you say?
I said I didn't want to answer.
which means me.
You answered off air.
I don't want to answer.
You upset me dearly, Bradley.
Yes.
You say her when she's around, but when she's not around, you tell the truth.
I tell the truth and say it's still TJ.
How
This
dare
is the thing, because if he does say to you when it's just you and him that it's you got to remember this is currently being broadcast to the public. So
Evidence.
what's going to be more true?
Potentially, but Bradley knows that our love for each other is undying. So even if he dissed me on air, our love would still burn bright. Whereas with
Hey,
you,
I never
you're fragile.
said-
You're more fragile to the love because your love isn't as powerful and strong as ours is. So
Yeah,
he
okay.
has to basically compliment you on air so that you can feel validated, so it doesn't damage your
Like,
relationship.
I love you.
I love you too,
I
Boo.
never said that he doesn't love you. I just said that he loves you.
Yeah, I never said I didn't love you.
Yeah.
No.
It's just that I'm
I'm number
infinitely
one.
more amazing than you are.
I'm Smitty Man Juggerman Benson, number one.
What?
That's from
Smitty Van Jurgerman Jensen,
from
which is
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, he's
I-
number one.
All I heard was noise then.
Yeah, I just heard mumbles.
I couldn't really remember it all. It's like Smitty Man
Smitty-
Jurgerman Jensen.
Smitty Werving Jägerman
Smitty-
Jensen.
Yeah. Something like that.
Smitty wearing Jägerman gents.
Whatever it is, the SpongeBob reference.
What are we talking about?
SpongeBob, mate.
Why are we talking about SpongeBob?
Christmas. What's your favourite SpongeBob Christmas? I'm joking. I can't remember any SpongeBob Christmas
Neither
episodes.
can I, but I'm sure there's one.
Probably. There's a lot of SpongeBob episodes out there.
Yeah, they're still making them.
How does it snow on?
I know they stopped now. It's the last season.
Oh god, yeah, because the guy died.
They stopped before that, but I don't know if he was ill or something. But
Maybe it's just reached its peak.
I think it stopped a little while ago.
6 seasons
Johnny
ago.
Depp was in one of them. I think there's like 7 seasons out or something like that.
There's got to be more than that.
We know what it's time for.
Way more, probably.
Yeah.
You think it's more than 7?
I definitely do.
You think are you looking up because you think I'm going to pretend to look on my
DJ's
phone
just
and then
grabbed her
lie
phone.
about what it
I
actually is?
have. Just because I didn't want Mike to do it for the 5th time in a row, but he just has anyway. So
Yeah,
even though he could see me picking up my phone.
I know, but I could be hosting, but instead, I could just Google it because I'm interested myself. There are more. You are right. Appears to be 11.
Break.
There are
Everyone's on their
11
phone.
seasons of SpongeBob.
So I'm 50% wrong.
Do you remember that episode
Yes.
of SpongeBob where Pearl is Pearl as in Mr.
The
Krabs' daughter, the whale, adopted possibly. Although, well, side note, I'm absolutely of the belief that Mr. Krabs was her sugar daddy, because how the fuck could a crab make a whale, and etc, etc. And she's always asking him for money. She always calls him daddy. But I digress. You can't spell fact without cat, but I digress. That's a meme, sorry. Basically, the episode where Pearl is hanging out with her high school friends, and they see her talking to SpongeBob and start saying that, oh, is that your boyfriend? And then they make fun of her for the whole episode about them, about him being her crush and them dating, and there's like awkward moments where they're like sort of almost touching and stuff, and then that's fine, but then you realise that Pearl is in high school, so she's like 16, 17, and SpongeBob is in his 30s.
Yep.
But he's a sponge.
Yeah, but he's in his 30s. It says so on his driving licence.
Yeah, but he's a sponge.
Yeah, and she's a whale.
Yeah, but he's like an anthropomorphic sponge.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to mop that
He's
pussy
not an actual
up.
man. Yeah, exactly.
What if he lived to like 200 and him being 34 is more like him being like 15 years old? That might explain him being
That's
so immature.
fine, but we're never going to find out now.
Might do.
Maybe we should email the fucking directors, creators.
So email
I'm not a fan. SpongeBob is a pervert.
Email Nickelodeon and say how long is SpongeBob going to live for? Because if he's live for like a standard age, it's perverted. But if he lives to like 200-300, then it's all right due to his.
No, don't explain why we need to know, because then they're just going to make him live forever.
That's good.
And one, it means that SpongeBob will go on forever, which is,
That's
it's
great.
just going to get worse and worse. And two,
Hell on earth.
that won't give us a proper answer. We need the truth, not a
You
fabricated
can't
answer.
handle the truth.
I suppose SpongeBob went on forever and they kept his age like consistent with the years of it going on, which is not like very many cartoons, like The Simpsons.
Like The Simpsons with Apu's children growing older at a normal rate, and Maggie still
does.
being 1 year old for like 30 years.
Yeah. That's pretty damn good. You do get the random episodes where you see like older versions of them.
Yeah, but she
Yeah,
never talks
I
in the
love
older
those.
versions anyway.
Yeah, well, she almost does. And there's an episode where she starts to sing at the wedding, but like just as she opens her mouth, they cut her off. I hate that. I hate every time that happens. It just makes me sad. I know it's a running
It's
joke,
okay.
but I want to hear her sing.
They
I
do
bet
it.
she's a great singer.
They did it with Kenny for a while with his
Kenny.
proper voice and how he actually looks, and then the movie he takes his
Yeah,
thing off.
they've got that on Prime at the moment.
South Park.
Big longer cut. Yeah,
Oh, the movie.
yeah.
I hate Steve Ocean of it.
I think
Oh
so, yeah.
man, we can watch that. Yay.
Oh, yay, so excited.
Musical South Park.
Don't you dare.
Yeah.
South Park is
It's
great.
Like, it's just one of the best.
To be fair, all of the musical episodes of South Park that you've shown me, I have enjoyed.
Musically, they're really good at writing music. Like, all the music in South Park is actually
Well,
genuinely
yeah,
brilliant.
because they wrote the Book of Mormon, and the Book of Mormon is great.
Yeah, and South Park, the musical, that's the film.
There are so few decent animated comedies out there, honestly. Like, that's probably one of my favourites.
Well, the movie, or just generally,
The movie.
yeah, the movie is amazing. It's so brilliant, so satirical.
And I did mean animated comedy movies. Like, there are tons of animated comedy series. but-
Thousands.
Yeah.
Hundreds even.
Maybe even 10. 5.
Mattresses are here, do you reckon? 7.
7.
Wow.
That's SpongeBob, isn't
That
it?
is. Thanks for recognizing.
That's
Which
okay.
reference is that? reference?
They go to...
They're in a warehouse that has lots of mattresses.
On Patrick's like,
there's like hundreds of mattresses in there, and Patrick's like, how many do you... No, SpongeBob says it, doesn't he? Yeah. How many mattresses are there? 7.
Wow.
I love SpongeBob. My favourite one is probably when they all get superpowers with like the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. It's like the 5th or 6th one or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's great. I bloody love SpongeBob. The movie is amazing as well. Both of them even, but the first one's better. Have you not seen the movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you not like it that much? You're a disappointment. I love that movie. David Hasselhoff, when he puts them between his chest and his abs. Yeah, Megan's met David Hasselhoff.
Really?
Yeah, he came to my school.
Brilliant. Why?
He was praying. He was recording across the playground.
No, it wasn't. So Scott Mills, the radio DJ, he went to my secondary school.
Oh, wow.
But like, obviously years ago.
Yeah.
And for some reason, him and David Hasselhoff did like a life exchange thing where they'd put it on a TV series, like a TV show. So Scott Mills went and like saw what David Hasselhoff's life was like, and then David Hasselhoff went and saw what Scott Mills' life was like. But because I had the same English teacher that Scott Mills had, he came into our English class and we all got to meet him, and I was on TV for like a second.
Oh yeah.
I've been on TV.
On TV for a second, that's my story.
Claim to fame.
I've been on TV.
On living TV.
I've been on TV. I was on BBC, one of the BBC news segments, and they were doing this holiday segment, and it was when I was with, I've got a picture of it on Facebook.
Of course he does.
It was down in Cornwall, Dusseldorf or something like that, and we basically, there was like this giant, one of those giant deck chairs, and there was like a camera crew there, and they just said wanted people who weren't from around the local area to say why they came down and what they liked about it. And me and my 2 nieces sat on this giant chair thing, and a couple of things I said was on there. I can't remember what was said. It was only on the screen for like a few seconds, but...
Why is it such a thing for companies to have a giant deck chair now? Because so many do, and Utilita does. They've got giant deck chairs outside, and they just like have them out in summer, and no reason really, just people go and sit on them and take photos, and it's like, okay.
It's a good promotional thing. It's like, why did Diet Coke have people's names on it? It's like, good.
True.
It's a promotional thing.
Good publicity and all that. Actually, we were all working on a Saturday, and we were in the older building, and there were some deck chairs up on the little balcony roof bit, and somebody went out there during their break so they could be on the phone to their mum, and basically they got some really devastating news, but they were sat on the deck chair and they tried to get up, managed to somehow kick the deck chair over, and it like smacked them in the back of the head as they stood up, and they just hit the floor like on the phone crying.
Mummy.
Yeah.
That is a great way to end the podcast, because it's 10:30, so it's going to be time for you guys to skedaddle, because I'm sick of the sight of both of you.
Bye.
Well, you want to say anything, Bradley? You just mouthed. You just mouthed bye at us.
Well, no, I was going to say bye, but then you said that, and now I don't want to.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say before you go?
Fuck you!
Fuck the man!
All right then.
Bye.
And that's the end of the Christmas episode. Thanks as always for tuning in, guys. As I said at the start, there won't be an episode next week, I'm afraid. I'm having a break, so I'll be back on the 6th of January with... I haven't really fully decided yet. It might be another Science But Simple, or it might be part 1 of the 2-parter I've done with Tom King. It will be an exciting start to the year, because no one will know, not even myself. I'll figure it out on the day. I've also already got plans to go up to London in the second weekend of January to do a podcast as well with a returning guest. So that'll be a lot of fun too. I've got some collaborations lined up with some very interesting and cool people that I'll be doing over the coming year. I'll be guesting on some people's podcasts. Some people will be coming on here. I think there's going to be a couple of things where maybe I'll do like a part 1 on their show and a part 2 on here, or vice versa or something. So kind of try and get some of you guys to listen to some other podcasts and vice versa. Obviously, you don't have to, but you know, if you don't, then you're going to ruin my Christmas for next year. So just keep that in mind. Not really much else to report, really. I've kind of started to wind things down a little bit. I'm going to see the Book of Mormon. I got a Christmas present early, so that's going to be very exciting. I'll be writing a little review of that on my show. Maybe I'll even talk about it in one of the episodes. Who knows? We're going to be continuing to watch, movies over the Christmas period. I doubt any of them are going to be Christmas movies, but, be sure to follow Genuine Chit-Chat on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook. Facebook and Instagram, I generally do the more detailed movie reviews, often with a couple of screenshots. Twitter, it's just more sort of snappy, quick ones. Twitter's also a lot more about sort of collaborating and me showing off other people's podcasts and things like that. So if you want to follow me on Twitter for that, Instagram's a bit more in-depth into my personal life. There is movie reviews, there's a few photos of me and friends or family. There's not that many because I don't share that many things to family and friends because it's not that exciting most of the time. But movie reviews, go out for meals, just see cool things, sometimes random cool photos, music, podcasts. Really, that's the best place to sort of follow me. I think Instagram I generally use the most. And you can also find snippets of new episodes. So if there's any episodes that are upcoming that you're unsure about, jump on the Instagram profile and you can listen to a 30-second snippet of the episodes. Facebook does that as well, but I like Instagram more than Facebook a little bit, so that's why I'm saying that. I think that's generally it, guys. Apart from, a great Christmas present for me would be reviewing us on iTunes, as that is always appreciated and it really helps the spotlight get on the show. As I said at the start, if anyone wants to get into contact, be sure to contact me on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, or send me an email. The email should be in the description of the episode, but it is just genuinechitchat@outlook.com. There's no spaces in Genuine Chit Chat or anything else, it's just sort of one word. Yeah, that's about it, guys. So, as I said, Merry Christmas, have a Happy New Year, and I'll talk to all of you in 2019.